What's happening, everybody? I hope you're doing good. It's a beautiful day. I hope you're doing great. I am not feeling so good, man. I hurt myself really, really bad 2 days ago. I hurt myself and I really hurt myself. First of all, I thought it was nothing really serious, but I went to see a physiotherapist. He looked at me and he saw that it was really serious. He says, before he touches me, I need to go see a doctor. So I'm not going to disclose exactly what it is, but I might need surgery. So I'm praying. I'm actually making you this video before I head to the hospital. Thank you very much. Pray for me. Pray for me. Thank you very much for choosing us again. It's a great pleasure to have you. It's family. I guess this is how we build a relationship. You never know, today, tomorrow, we might meet somewhere in life and share a glass of juice or something. Thank you so much. Today we're going to look into something very interesting. We know exactly what's happening between Israel and Palestine. So we have a bunch of journalists in the White House. You know, a lot of people feel like America is very biased with things that are happening in Israel. Many people feel like what's happening in Israel and Palestine is equally the same thing that's happening in Ukraine. But in the matter of Ukraine, USA and the rest of the world, of the Western world, were very ready to condemn Russia, okay, and hit him with sanctions and ask them not to do, a lot of things. But in case of Palestine and Israel, it seems like they're not doing the same. So this is the matter. And we have journalists in front of the White House representative asking questions. Let's watch.
Been after the result of internal determinations here at the State Department?
I would say you've come out much more quickly than that. Given the amount of time that the bombing has been going on in Gaza, you've had enough time. You've had more time than in some cases.
We have not seen Russians warning civilians to vacate apartment buildings when they launch them. We've seen evidence in Russia's case of deliberately targeting civilian infrastructure.
So he's saying that Russians deliberately target civilian infrastructure and Israel doesn't. So this is the matter. And the journalists are not very happy with that. They're not buying that. They say, no, you look biased. You were very quick to condemn Russia in terms of civilians. But when it comes to Israel, you're not doing the same. So he's saying that Russia has not signaled the civilians that we're about to bomb your area like Israel has done. Let's go.
So you have made some kind of assessment.
I'm saying that's the difference in the situation and facts that we haven't seen here.
But the fact that you have made a determination, because what you just said to Simon is that you made a determination that Russia deliberately targeted civilians, and you have made a determination in this case that Israel is not deliberately doing that. I'm sorry, I don't see. There's no other way to read what you.
We were able to show and make the determination in the case of Russia that they were intentionally targeting civilian infrastructure.
They were intentionally targeting civilian infrastructure in case of Russia.
We have not come to that conclusion here.
We have not come with that conclusion in this case.
With Israel.
With Israel, yeah.
Okay, so that means that you have thus far determined that Israel is complying with the laws of war.
It does not mean that. It means that we have not conducted. Again, Matt, I know you want me to make a claim that usually is at the end of a formal legal process, and I'm not able to.
So he's saying in case of Russia, they've already have a conclusion. Russia was purposely bombing civilians, but Israel, we still need to investigate. Okay, Israel is not purposely bombing civilians. We still need to investigate. There still needs to be legal processes to go to that conclusion.
I don't think that's correct at all. And in fact, it's exactly as Simon said. You guys were very quick off the bat to accuse Russia of, and probably correctly, of committing war crimes and doing that kind of thing. But in this case, and it's now 2.5 weeks in, you guys are saying you guys won't say whether you will make a determination.
So you say with Russia, you were very quick to say what you feel. You said they were bombing civilians purposely. They were targeting civilians, and civilian infrastructure were destroyed by Russians because that's what they wanted to do. But in this case, you feel like you don't have enough time. You cannot express yourself and say whether they are doing it or not.
even though many others have. So, or many others have weighed in, either on the yes, they are complying, or no, they are not complying.
I'm saying
Is Israel complying with the laws of wars? War have laws, okay? You can't just go to war and start destroying civilian infrastructure, bombing hospitals, doing, civilians are civilians. You do not hurt civilians during war. Doesn't matter what case you find them. You do not hurt somebody who is given his weapon. It's crime of war. So even when you're fighting, you don't throw low blows. You don't do dirty things. It must be clean. So these are the questions they're asking. You condemned Russia on things. Why are you not doing the same in this situation that looks very similar? Please give us answers.
I'm saying
and so I think that what the world is looking for is a clear statement from you guys, whether you think that they are heeding your advice. And it sounds to me as though you're saying, yes, they are. But when you're pressed on that, you won't give an answer.
Again, we believe they are listening to our advice, but I cannot make the formal. I just cannot make the formal determination when it comes to every one of the strikes that's been launched. Let me go ahead, Said. Go ahead, and then
just very quickly. So you're saying,
I do want to give other people a chance, but go ahead.
You're saying that dropping leaflets on people.
I'm sorry.
Dropping leaflets on people, telling them that we're going to bomb this site, like 3 or 5 minutes before, is actually complying with the laws of war. Is that what you said?
Said, I am not able to sit here at this podium and talk about the specifics of every. Said, I let you finish the question. Let me finish the answer.
Sure.
Of every individual strike. To make a determination of a war crime, you need to be able to do these very fact-specific determinations and compare them about what international law requires and see if the international law has been violated. I'm not able to make that assessment. Certainly not as with facts that you were giving to me about whatever strike.
You just said
Here.
they informed them. I'm
Correct.
responding to what you said.
Correct.
Do you think that absolves Israel from committing war?
So dropping leaflets on people 5 minutes before a strike, does that mean you are complying with the rule of war? I didn't know you could do that. You have drop leaflets. We're coming to bomb in 5 minutes. Run away. In 5 minutes, we're going to hit you with missiles. You have 5 minutes to leave. This is interesting to watch. Wow. Okay. Let's go to the United Nations, where more things happened. Between Israel and China. Let's watch.
Those who voted against this resolution, I must say that your decision shocks me to my core. In Israel, we are fighting for our very survival. My elderly parents living in Ashkelon have spent the last 20 days running back and forth to their bomb shelters as rockets rain down on them. Deliberately on them, on civilians. And you cannot condemn even these deliberate attacks on civilians perpetrated by terror organizations. If any of your countries endured a similar massacre, I am certain that you would act with much greater force than Israel. Much greater force. There would be no question in your minds that such a barbaric slaughter requires a broad military operation against the terrorists who committed such inhumane atrocities to eradicate their terrorist capabilities in order to make sure that such atrocities can never happen again. How would Moscow react if terrorist death squads wiped out entire neighborhoods in Moscow? How would Beijing respond if genocidal jihadis beheaded and murdered your babies? I will give you a moment to reflect on that thought. But I believe every person, not only here in this room, across the globe, whoever is watching this discussion, knows exactly how you would respond.
Okay, that was the Israeli representative to the United Nations. Now he's getting his response from the Chinese counterpart.
会很简短，我只是想说，尊敬的以色列常驻代表，同以色列在这里辩论，不是我的本意。
It's not my intention to debate with Israel here.
以色列把中国当成对手。
Treating China as an adversary here is aiming at the wrong target. Wow, that's a big sentence. Treating China as an adversary here is aiming at the wrong target. What does that mean? Like, I'm not your friend. Or I don't know, maybe I'm exaggerating.
也选错了对象。你应该明白，从这一轮巴以冲突一开始，中方就以非常明确无误的语言谴责一切伤害平民的行为，伤害平民违反。
China condemned acts of violence against civilians, whether it's Israel or Palestine. No difference.
国际法的行为，我们所说的平民，既包括
The civilians includes both Palestinians and Israelis.
巴勒斯坦平民，也包括以色列平民。第二，你就今天的决议发表了评论，但我也要提醒你，你注意到，就在上周，安理会一份同样包含了。
Just reminding you that last week we also condemned Hamas attack on Israel.
攻击行为的决议，中国投了赞成票，而这项决议遭到了否决。第三，我在刚才的发言当中明确地提到，中国绝不是否认以色列的安全关切，相反，我们一直主张同等重视。
We have always advocated equal attention to the security concern and legitimate right of both Israel and Palestine, not just one side.
双方的安全关切和合法权利。当前的形势下，我们在处理好这一轮巴以冲突的同时，我们不能否认巴勒斯坦人民的权利是长期以来没有。
We cannot deny the right of the Palestinian people. We cannot deny that the rights of the Palestinian people have not been fundamentally safeguarded for a long time. That's a big sentence, man. We cannot deny that the rights of the Palestinian people have not been fundamentally safeguarded for a long time. So we cannot act like we don't see that Palestinians have suffered for a long time. That's just in very deep, very big English. Like, we cannot act like we don't see how Palestinians are suffering.
的根源在于两个方案没有得到很好的解决。我希望我们都能够本着诚实的态度，尊重事实，坚守正义，通过我们的共同努力，既解决好当前的问题，也能够让以色列人民、巴勒斯坦人民都能够共同生活在和谐、平安、幸福之中。
Very interesting, fellas. You can see, I mean, it's a matter of who is right, who is wrong. Sometimes distinguishing who are the real enemies and who do you really hit, who do you hurt. Do you hurt everybody? Do you hurt the armed groups of people, or you hurt the civilians at the same time, saying that they are protecting the armed group of people? I think everybody deserves equal rights to justice, equal rights to peace and consideration. Once again, what happened to Israelis was terrible. Should not have happened. These young men and women that passed on and were victim of that attack did not deserve that. For the same matter for the people of Palestinians, civilians who are innocent, not involved with any armed group, that are also living difficult times, do not deserve it. Thank you very much, fellas. I really appreciate you. Let me know how you feel about this. First of all, the journalist attacking the U.S. Government representative in his action. Do you think he was trying to be biased? Do you think he was trying one part over the other? Do you think he was trying to protect and safeguard Israel as compared to Russia? Do you think they're being fair or not? Let us know how you feel about this. God bless.